All right, another RX7 video. Whoop whoop. Got our engine ready to go. The 3 broken exhaust bolts, got them out. There was 1 on this side, 2 on that side. Pretty much just got to put this on there, put our clutch on, our flywheel, and then it's ready to go into the car. Everything in here that I wanted done before the engine goes in is done. I think just got to bolt the motor mounts in here. These little nice slots in there. Motor mounts are already on the motor. Let's get it. All right, it's in, but the thing I'm noticing is this bolt hole is like directly, like I'm not gonna be able to get that in. And then it seems like this side's got way more room than this side, but I honestly think that's just how the rotary was sitting, was a bit over this way. But if you look at the water pump, it's right dead center in the middle. So yeah, I looked up the proper way to install these motor mounts and everything's right. I even took it off when I thought that it was wrong and wanted to swap it over, like, you know, this one, and swap it over, and I thought that would move it over, but no, that's actually how it's supposed to be. So I think you actually have to install the engine and transmission together, and something about I gotta cut these off, but I'm not sure about that just yet. Definitely gonna cut all these little tabs and stuff off, and I think I'm gonna have to beat the firewall in a couple spots, kind of right here, beat this all in, and right here. Then we'll be good. All right, I was looking at the instructions some more about the transmission part, and we actually have to put this passenger trans plate this side, driver size trans plate on this side. You know how we put these in? we gotta take the seats out and pull the carpet up and put it in there, I guess. And then we drill the holes out. Once the transmission's in there, jacked up, and get it centered. So yeah, a lot of work. But first I gotta take out that meth head's creation. All right, so here's the issue I'm running into with these slave cylinders. This guy is way too short, but when it's bolted in the transmission, it comes out these holes perfectly. Now, the one that does fit, problem with it is when I have it lined up where I need the lines to be, the bolt holes do not line up. But if you, hold on. Okay, so if you look, it lines up, it's seated all the way at the back. If I can get it in there, and the camera. Shit. That's good. We got good enough, need to look see what I'm doing. See, it only goes back about half an inch, maybe quarter of an inch. Yeah, I'd say about quarter of an inch it only goes back. So that should work. So there's, I think that's gonna work. It's just, we gotta modify it, make it bolt up right, and then we should be good to go. Wrap our lines with something rubber so they don't rub through there, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, I got it drilled out. This one was good. This one, I got it off a little bit, but it kind of seems like it's out more, so I might just have to notch it out and just send it like that. But I seem to have got the line fitment pretty good. I mean, this one's still, you know, going right there, but gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, because spending thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to make everything perfect is bullshit. So you gotta do it yourself. Alright, it's in there. I can already see that it's not completely centered and straight on the shaft, so something's wrong. I honestly think the bore of this is smaller than this one, so I'm just gonna have to grind this out and get it as good as I can. And I'm also gonna grind these flat so that these bolts are nice and flat. I just kind of have them snugged up now just to see, but yep, more DIY machining. All right, so turns out why I got stuck and it was going on straight was actually because, see that cutout there? that's supposed to be there. But because this is for an older tr6060, it's flipped 180 and the lines would be coming out here somewhere. Because I ordered a 2015 clutch and a 2015 slave cylinder, whereas this transmission is a 2060 when they went to the newer LT engine, LT1, I'm not sure. Anyways, it's got like the deep, these are deeper than this, and then so the slave cylinder's got to be deeper, the clutch fingers are deeper. I know a lot of the aftermarket clutches come out really far, so maybe if I had a fancy aftermarket clutch, this little short guy would probably work, but I don't know. I hate these style of slave cylinders. It's stupid. They should all just be on the side, on the outside. Simple, way better design. But anyways, grinded this down. It's flat. That's flat. It is what it is. Let's send it. All right, it's back on. Clutch lines, because definitely not gonna be able to get them in the car. I'm gonna crack the trans cooler fittings just so that they're easier to get at later, because there's not a whole lot of room. I might even have to undo the transmission mount once I make that and drop everything down to get at that stuff. But I just want to put it in and start plugging away because I just want to drive the car. All right, let's put it in. All right, big problem. This mount here is, you can see it's straight, whereas a tr6060 one is kind of like, it's basically got like a bolt here and a bolt like right there type thing. And this is, I can't even modify this to make it work unless I take this mount off maybe, but I think I'm gonna be making something myself. Okay, I got it. So, yeah, I don't, no, that's just not gonna work. I don't think. All right, got it bolted in. It was really tricky trying to get these bolts lined up, but luckily there was a hole in the carpet for me to kind of get my hand in there, and was going through the shifter hole, but we got that in. Made this mount. I put these side gussets in it, and then I put a thick piece to kind of space it so that it's kind of where I want it. And then if I need to lift the transmission up, I can always put a spacer in between here. But I like where it's sitting. And then this way, by doing this bushing here isn't gonna rip apart because it's designed to be a hanger bearing, like all the weight's on it. So that won't rip apart prematurely or anything this way. I'm gonna say honestly, this is gonna be. Hopefully this won't break. I don't know. I think it'll be fine. And then this is our. I can't remember what this is called, but basically traditional T56. Sorry, has got like a slip yoke that goes into the back of the transmission. All tr6060s don't have that. They just have this thing here. And then basically this just turns it into your most common size. I think it's a 1350 series U-joint. I think like almost every single GM like ever uses that size. And basically just need to go from there back to there. Need to get a Mazda yoke for this bigger, because the turbo one's bigger than the factory 4-bolt one that's a bit smaller apparently. But yeah, we are good to go. Just gotta bolt it down right here and I'm calling her good. All right, it's all bolted in there. Tighten up the motor mounts. It's mounted. Hallelujah. Let's put the clutch in. Or the master cylinder. All right, undid the bolts. 212 mils there, really tight. But once you pop that lever out, it gets a bit better. There's the old guy that would have never pumped that big LS slave cylinder. Maybe would have moved it a tiny bit, but yeah, and it's also been sitting open because somebody converted this manual into an automatic for some reason. Here's our new one. I guess I could take that crane off now. Tits. Okay, so this is how you install it. You take that rubber boot off, you take the bit where it connects up to the clutch pedal and the locking nut. You kind of just gotta jiggle it around and boom, there it goes. Alright, I can't remember exactly how much I recorded, it's been a couple days, but basically this thing does not fit my car at all. So you see those little tiny black marks in the thread there? That's where I gotta cut it. The little arm that comes off here, I had to cut it shorter and drill another hole because it was just way too long. Might fit the FD, but it definitely doesn't fit the FC like it says it does. I've been emailing the place I got it from, telling them what I'm gonna have to do to make it fit. See what they say, I guess. Something about they changed up the design. They used to have like 2 ends on it, basically like that, and then it goes onto your pedal. They changed it to like an L bracket type thing where it goes up here. I'll show that in a minute, but I'm just gonna lop this off, keep the nut on there, take the burrs off, and then we'll try it, and it should fit. Okay, it's in. Got it set nice with the brake pedal. They're not all different like what I originally thought I was gonna have to do is have this thing popped all the way up here to make it fit, but so basically this, I had to cut it off, cut this guy off, and then around here I drilled a new hole, and I had to cut a bit of the threads off, and now it works. Shouldn't have to do that for the amount of money that this stupid thing was, because I actually did a little bit of research, and this Willwood master cylinder here is like, it's like commonly used on hydro e-brakes and such, and they're cheap. They are extremely cheap. I think the only thing you're really paying for is that a little adapter, and like they could have at least, you know, made the right shift rod length for each car, or, you know, I bet you the FD is the exact same and people have to do that too. Stupid. It's unbelievable, like how cheap, like you would think they would test this, but nope. And my brake line my clutch line don't even fit. I have to bend this fitting around to make it work. Hopefully it doesn't snap. If not, I'm gonna be buying a kit to make that work. Really hope those assholes send me some money back, because like this is ridiculous.
All right, it's been a couple days. I emailed the company that I got this from, or business, or whatever you want to call it. And when I bent this, it does fit now, but it's still too tight. I don't like it. I put a mark in it so it's not sealing. So I'm just going to get an AN3 line and an extension. And also the kit, because I ordered both options. It gives you a T56 or a tr60 or both. So I got both. So I got this little fitting here. So if I just get a AN6 line, it should already have this piece on there, and then I can join it, lengthen up. Oh, it'll be good. Emailed the company my photos of the fix for the shift rod, and I haven't heard anything back from them yet. And also told them about how this newer transmission's got it on this side because it's a 16. The one out of the LTs have it on the other side, whereas the ones out of the older like LS style engines, or LS engines, tr6060s on the driver's side. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. Kind of ended on a crappy note, but it is what it is. So pretty much just need a fuel filter, maybe some more AN fittings, maybe, and some expensive gas, and this thing should be a runner once we slap the intake and all that jazz on it, hopefully. All right, see you later. Look at that booty.